And as we start to settle in here on our mats, you are welcome to close your eyes or just have a nice gentle gaze looking down towards your mat. You want to just start to let go of any outside distraction. Just start to allow all your focus to move inward. Just start to notice the natural rhythm of your breath. Just taking this time this morning to just check in with you. How is your body feeling? Become aware of any places you're holding on to any tension or tightness. Try and relax through the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. Just allow your body to feel heavy. Feeling this sense of grounding down on your mat. Taking this time to check in with your mind. Is the mind feeling a little tired? Is it feeling restless or anxious? And just use your breath to help start, center, and calm the body. Taking deep, full breaths in through your nose and even breaths out your nose. Full breath in, even breath out. Keeping that steady pace of breath. Notice with every breath that the body settles a little bit more. Maybe the mind clears just a little bit more. This is your time here on your mat. You have chosen to take some time out of your day today to just slow down and focus on you. So just allow yourself to be present here in this moment. Feeling that connection with your breath and that connection with your body. If at any point throughout this practice you notice your mind wandering, you notice any stressful or anxious or worry thoughts running into your head, just come back to your breath. Inhale and exhale. Now, without letting go of that steady rhythm of breath, just start to gently roll out your neck. Now, just half circles here, bringing one ear to one shoulder, Chin to the chest, other ear to the other shoulder. Take your time, nice, gentle, slow movement. We're just going to focus today on stretching every major muscle group, head to toe, giving our bodies a nice full stretch this morning. So here, just starting with the neck, taking in every little feeling with every little movement. And now go ahead and bring your right ear all the way over to your right shoulder. So you're tilting your head to the right. Lift the chin up just slightly. Take that right hand, just add a little bit of pressure to the head. And then that left arm is going to reach down towards the left. So we're relaxing through that left shoulder, feeling that stretch through the side of the neck, down the arm. Just a couple deep breaths here. One more inhale. And on your exhale, switch sides, left ear to the left shoulder. Tilt the chin just slightly. Take your left hand, add just a little pressure to the head. We don't want to force anything down. And then that right arm is reaching down towards the right. Dropping that right shoulder, reaching through the fingertips. One more inhale and exhale, release, head back to center. Take that right arm, we'll reach up and over to the left, side stretch. Stay grounded in the lower body, reaching out through those fingertips, feeling that right side stretch and expand. As you inhale, come up through center. Exhale, bend and stretch to your right. And now just flow side to side. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend. Just going back and forth here, your pace. Go ahead and do one more stretch on each side. And once you've evened that out, we'll just meet back at the center. Continue to sit up nice and tall, pulling the belly in just slightly. Take those arms back down to your sides. Start to draw those arms back behind you, only going far as comfortable. Start to gently open up your chest, heart forward, shoulders draw back. Keep length through the neck, so just tucking your chin down slightly. Take one more inhale breath. As you exhale, we're going to bring our right arm across our body. Take your left hand to grab a hold of your right wrist. Gently pulling that right arm towards your chest, but relax through that right shoulder. Should feel a nice stretch through the outside of that right shoulder, kind of wrapping around the upper back. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, we'll release one more time. Walk those hands behind you. Open up the heart, tucking the chin slightly, gently squeezing the shoulder blades in towards one another. One more inhale. And then exhale, other side. Bring your left arm in front of the chest. Take that right hand to grab a hold of that left wrist. Relaxing the left shoulder away from the ear. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, release. Inhale, reach those arms to the sky, stretch through those fingertips. Take a moment, circle out those wrists overhead, one direction and then the other. And then release those arms down. Let's lean forward, coming into our tabletop, hands and knees. As we come into our tabletop here, again, just a little reminder, if you have yoga blocks, one or two, have those sitting at the top of the mat. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. You could even use something like a little step stool, little ottoman, or a chair could be helpful. But again, if you don't have any of that, that is okay. I'll show you modifications. All right, as we're in our tabletop here, stacking shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Take an inhale breath, drop your belly, lifting the chin and the tailbone up to the sky. As you exhale, round through your upper back. Drop your tailbone, pushing away from your mat. Again, inhale, drop the belly, heart forward, lift your chin. Exhale, round, chin to chest, spine towards the sky. Two more times here, follow your breath. After that second round, just begin to move in big circles, sitting back towards your heels, circling around one direction here. And other direction. Now coming back to center, keeping those knees about hip distance apart. We're going to sit back on our heels, belly to our thighs. Actively reach those arms towards the top of your mat. Palms are pressing down. Feel that big stretch through the arms, the upper back. Now keep those arms reaching forward. As you inhale, we're going to rise up through our tabletop, coming into a plank on the knees. So we're just stacking shoulders over wrists, lowering those hips down slightly. Crown of the head is reaching forward. We'll do that again. As you exhale, sit back on your heels, belly to your thigh. Keep reaching those arms forward. And then inhale past your tabletop into your plank, shoulders over wrists. Again, exhale, sit back on your heels. Inhale, moving into your plank. Good, one more time. Exhale, sit back on your heels. Inhale, moving through your plank on the knees. Now start to hug those elbows in towards your side body and start to lower either far as you can or stopping halfway. This can be a chaturanga. Sometimes people think you have to be up on the toes. Take a moment here, straighten those arms back into that plank on the knees. So again, a full chaturanga is with the knees lifted, toes on the mat, lowering halfway. But just know at any point, you can always lower those knees to your mat. All right, hug those elbows in and lower chest and chin all the way down. Pointing those toes, top of the feet, press into your mat. On an inhale, just lift your chest, cobra, high as comfortable. Exhale, release, nose to mat. Keep the knees in towards each other. Push up to your tabletop. Sit back on your heels, belly to your thighs. Take a breath here. Let's try that all one more time. Inhale up into your plank on your knees. Start to hug in those elbows. If you can, try and stop halfway, just a moment, and then gently lower chest and chin down. Top of the feet, press into your mat. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale up to your tabletop. Sit back on your heels, belly to your thighs. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale it all out. Inhale, come back up to your tabletop. You can walk those hands back under the shoulders. Now from here, we're going to curl our toes under. We're gonna, again, sit back on the heels, but this time we're gonna sit up nice and tall. This is a little yogi toe stretch. Now, for some of us, this might feel really intense for the feet. For others, you might not really feel much, and that's okay. We won't be here too long. If this is feeling too intense for your feet, then you can always uncurl the toes, top of the feet on your mat, sit back on your heels. But if this little stretch here is bearable enough, toes are curled under, we're sitting up tall. Pull the belly in, reach those arms up to the sky. Start to take a twist to the right, only going far as comfortable, and then let those arms come down to a T, parallel to the floor. So those left fingertips are trying to reach forward, right fingertips back. On an inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, twist to your left. Again, keep that belly pulling in, tee out those arms. Good. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hands to mat. Uncurl those toes. It might feel good to kind of tap those feet out a little bit here. And let your big toes come together, knees wide as comfortable. Sit back, child's pose. Let those hips sink to your heels. Take a few deep breaths here. It might feel good to kind of rock those hips a little side to side. Take one more inhale breath and a long exhale out. Inhale, come back up to your tabletop, knees under hips. Curl those toes. Let's do that toe stretch one last time. Sitting back on the heels, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your arms to the sky. Pull the belly in. Exhale, twist to your right, arms to a T. Good, come back up through center. Exhale, twist to your left, just far as comfortable. Good, inhale back to center. Exhale, hands to mat, uncurl those toes. Again, it might feel good to just tap out those feet. One more time here, child's pose. Let those knees come wide as comfortable. Sit back on those heels. Melt the head and the heart to your mat. Take 2 big breaths here. And on your next inhale, rise up to your tabletop, knees under hips, hands a little in front of your shoulders, curl those toes, this time downward facing dog, sending those hips up to the sky. Take a moment here in our first down dog for just any movement that feels good. Get a nice stretch through each leg, dropping one heel to the mat and then the other. And taking an inhale breath, look forward. On your exhale, make your way to the top of your mat, forward fold. Let there be a generous bend in the knees. Arms can just dangle or grab a hold of your elbows and just sway side to side. Softening through the neck, just let your head dangle down. And now with those fingertips reaching towards your mat, on an inhale, just lift up halfway, flat back. Relaxing shoulders away from the ears, pull the belly up to your spine, lengthen tailbone to the back of the room. Take another inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, reaching to the sky, big stretch. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, reach up to the sky, thumbs point back. Exhale, cactus, open up your heart, elbows out wide. Inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, length. Exhale, fold. Now we're just going to step our left foot back, lowering that back knee down to your mat, coming into our low lunge. Making sure that front knee is stacked directly over that front ankle. We're going to lift the chest and reach those arms up to the sky. Stacking shoulders over hips, pulling the belly inward. Now you are welcome to stay right here, or option to take a twist to the right. Let those arms come down to a T, parallel to the floor. Keep the shoulders over the hips. You're drawing your right hip back. Now, whether you took your twist or you stayed facing forward, we're going to lower our left hand down next to our front foot, and that right arm reaches up to the sky. Easy twist. Keep that belly pulling inward to protect the low back. You're welcome to stay here or curl the back toes and lift your back knee up. We're reaching that right arm away from the left. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, lower the right hand, lower the back knee if you lifted. We're going to straighten out our front leg, flex that front foot, half split. Let there be as much of a bend in that front knee as needed. We're still drawing our right hip back. We're folding forward, but trying to keep that length in your spine, crown of the head towards your toes. Take one more cycle of breath. And then return back to your low lunge. We're going to step back to a plank. Again, you have the option to be up on the toes or lower down to the knees like we did earlier. Take an inhale breath. On your exhale, lower chest, belly, chin down to your mat. Now your choice here, inhale cobra or upward facing dog, straightening those arms, thighs come off your mat. And exhale your way to your down dog. Here in your down dog, take 3 big breaths. On your next exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reaching arms to the sky, big stretch. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, reach to the sky, thumbs point back. Exhale, cactus, open up your heart. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now we'll step our right foot back. Lower that back knee down to your mat. Low lunge on our left side. Making sure your front foot is forward enough, the knee stays behind your toes. On an inhale, lift the chest, reach those arms overhead. Hips or shoulders are directly over your hips. Again, you can stay right here. Or pulling that belly inward, take a twist to the left. Let those arms drop down to a T, opening up through the chest. You're pressing down into that front foot, but relax through the toes. And now start to lower right hand down next to your front foot. Left arm to the sky, easy twist. Stay here, or option to lift your back knee up. We're trying to stack the shoulders. Keep drawing your left hip back. One more inhale. Exhale, release your hand and knee back to the mat. We'll straighten that front leg, flex your front foot, half split. Belly towards your thigh, nose reaching towards your shin. Pressing into that front heel, flexing that left foot, toes to your forehead. Take one more cycle of breath. And then returning back to your low lunge, we're going to step back to our plank on our toes or knees. Now your choice, either lower to your belly or lower halfway chaturanga to your cobra or up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. From your down dog, make your way to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reaching to the sky. Exhale, hands at your heart. Now, from here, take those hands, clasp them together right at your low back. Start with those elbows bent. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades together, pulling the elbows in towards each other. So the heart is coming forward. Now you're welcome to stay here. If this feels okay on the shoulders, try letting those arms straighten out, knuckles towards the ground. Shoulder blades squeeze together even more. Take an inhale breath. On your exhale, fold forward, arms towards the sky, crown of your head down towards your mat. Let there be a little bend in your knees. Just let gravity do the work here. Soften the neck, letting go of any tension. And now release those arms. Fingertips reach towards your mat. On an inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. We'll step our left foot back, but now keep that back knee lifted. We're going to start to bend into our front leg, lifting up the chest, coming into our crescent pose. So the hips and the heart are pointing forward. That back heel is lifted, so we're pressing into those back toes, pulling the belly in, strong core. You are welcome to stay right here. Keep reaching up through those fingertips. Or pulling the belly in, take your twist to the right. Let those arms come down to a T. Feel those feet rooted into your mat. But we're lengthening up through the crown of our head. Now, if you took your twist, just come back to center. Bring your hands together at your heart. Start to put most of your weight in that front foot. Start to lean forward. This is where, if you have blocks or a little stool or a chair, we're going to reach our hands down to our mat or our block or whatever we have to reach for here, lifting our back leg into a standing split. Now, just lifting that left leg up high as you can. If you have to keep those toes on your mat, that's okay. Even play around with lifting, maybe lower. Just keeping that left leg nice and straight, nice and strong. Make sure there's a little bend in your standing leg. The straighter and stronger you keep that raised leg, easier it is to balance. Let's take one more inhale here. Now on your exhale, let's find our warrior two. So lowering our back foot towards the back of the mat. We're opening up our hips to the left, lifting the chest, bending back into that front leg. Good. On an inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Start to straighten out your right leg. On an exhale, triangle. Right hand to your right thigh or shin. Left arm reaches to the sky. Take 3 breaths here. We want to keep that heart open. Stacking the shoulders, stacking the hips. On your next inhale, rise back up, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel, hands to mat. Now you can go right to your down dog or take a vinyasa flow, dropping belly to cobra or chaturanga up dog. And we'll all meet in our down dog. Taking this time to just come back to your breath. And on your next exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. This time we'll step our right foot back, keeping that back knee lifted. Press into those feet. Rise up, crescent. We're drawing our left hip back, right hip forward. Just like in our low lunge, keep that front knee behind your toes. You can stay right here, or option to take your twist to the left And drop those arms parallel to the floor. Good. Keep breathing. Firmly root into those feet. Good. If you took your twist, come back to center. Everyone, bring your hands together at your heart. Weight in your front foot. Start to hinge forward. Releasing your hands down to your mat, blocks, whatever you have in front of you. Lifting your back leg, standing split. Again, just lifting that leg high as you can. Again, if this isn't even an option for you, then just come into a forward fold, both feet at the top of your mat. If you're in your standing split though, we want to keep those hips even. Front of the right hip is pointing down to the mat, so we're not here opening up to the right. Let's take one more cycle of breath. And then we'll gently, as we can, find our warrior two, back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Hips and heart open to the right. Bending into that front knee. On an inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Start to straighten your left leg. Exhale, triangle, reaching that right arm to the sky. Take 3 big breaths. You're pressing down into the outer edge of your back foot. Keep a teeny tiny bend in your standing knee. As you inhale, rise back up, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel those hands down, your vinyasa here, or go right to your down dog. Here in your down dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, big stretch. Exhale, hands at your heart. All right, now that we're familiar with this flow, let's try it again one more time on each side. And we're just going to move just a touch faster, really connecting our breath with our movement. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back. Press into those feet. Inhale up, crescent pose. Either stay here and breathe, or on an exhale, twist to your right, arms to a T. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, lean forward, weight in your front foot. Release hands to your mat or blocks. Lift the back leg, standing split, or both feet at the top of your mat, forward fold. Wherever you are, take 2 full breaths. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, gently lower that back foot down to the back of your mat, finding your warrior two. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Straighten that right leg. Exhale, triangle. 2 breaths here. Press into your feet. Inhale up, warrior two. Exhale, cartwheel hands to mat, your vinyasa, belly to cobra, or chaturanga up dog, and we'll all meet in our down dog. All right, just one more side here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, make your way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, step your right foot back. Inhale, slowly rise up, crescent. Stay here, or on an exhale, twist to your left, arms to a T. Good, return back to center. Exhale, hands at your heart. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, release the hands down, push off that back leg, standing split or forward fold at the top of your mat. 2 breaths here. On your next exhale, gently find your way to your warrior 2. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse. Straighten that front leg. Exhale, triangle, 2 breaths. Inhale, back up, warrior 2. Exhale, cartwheel those hands. Last vinyasa here, and we'll meet in our down dog. Once you're in your down dog, your choice here, you can take a few breaths in your down dog, one last good stretch here, or right away you can lower down to your child's pose. Just letting your body feel heavy. Coming back to that breath, big inhales and long exhales. Take one more big breath in. Let out a long exhale. Slowly float back up to your hands and knees. And let's make our way all the way down onto our backs. However you would like to get there, taking any little movement that feels good as you come down. And we'll eventually meet in stillness, letting the head and the shoulders feel heavy, hugging those knees in towards your chest. Keeping your legs bent, go ahead and lower soles of the feet to your mat. Finding our figure 4, place your right ankle over the left thigh. Now you can stay right here, gently using that right hand to just press that right knee away from the body. Or that left foot can lift up and pulling those knees closer to the chest. Try to keep the upper body relaxed. There should be very little effort for the arms. Take one more round of breath. And then we'll switch sides, left ankle over the right thigh. Again, finding your variation here. Maybe it's keeping that right foot on the mat, or it's lifting it up, bringing those knees closer to the chest. Just keeping both feet flexed and strong. Take one more cycle of breath. And then we'll release our figure four. Go ahead and hug right knee to the chest and let your left leg straighten out onto your mat. Take a moment here just to circle out that right ankle one direction and then the other. You're welcome to stay right here, or maybe take a twist over to the left leg, goes across the body. Your right arm can reach out towards the right. When in our twist here, we're trying to keep the back of the right shoulder down on the mat. And if you took a twist, slowly come back to center, switching sides, hugging the left knee in, right leg straightens out. Take a moment to circle out that left ankle one direction and then the other. And again, you can stay here or take that twist over to the right. Left arm reaches out to the left. Keep that heart pointing up to the sky. If you took your twist, come back to center. Hugging both knees in towards your chest. It might feel good to rock a little side to side. And while holding on to your knees, allow the knees to open out wide, feeling that nice stretch through the hips, the inner thighs. You can stay here, or maybe taking a happy baby, reaching through the legs for the outer or inner feet. Soles of the feet to the sky, stacking your ankles over the knees. And again, it might feel good to rock side to side. Maybe even straightening out one leg and then the other. And then if there's any other final movements you feel your body needs, go ahead, take those now before we allow ourselves some time to just fully relax this morning. So getting out any little kinks, any last little stretches here. And as you begin to feel ready, you can just start to allow everything to release down to your mat. Just let your body take up space. Let your body feel heavy. Now is our time to just soak in our practice. This could be our one and only chance today to just do nothing. So just allow every muscle to fully relax. Just let your breath move naturally. Quiet your mind, giving yourself this gift of complete stillness as we come into our final pose, Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. Start to bring movement back to your body by wiggling your fingers and toes, circling out your wrists and ankles. Maybe rock your head a little side to side. And then reaching arms overhead, taking a deep breath in full body stretch, fingertips to toes. And then gently roll on to one side. Slowly begin to make your way up to a comfortable seat. With your eyes closed, palms together at your heart. Taking this moment to just acknowledge your practice. Just noticing how your body and mind feels now compared to first stepping on your mat this morning. Give yourself a little gratitude for choosing to take some time today to just slow down and focus on you. We'll close our practice here with one final breath all together. Begin to take a deep cleansing breath in and exhale it out. Gently lower chin to your chest. When you feel ready, you can blink your eyes open. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. Namaste.